Can you guys hear us? Hello? Oh, the cat just sneezed.
Whoa.
Can you guys hear us? Hello? Hello, hello. If you can hear us, either comment or give us a like. Hello?
Broadcasting live from a new location.
High up in the sky.
We've been going through it with this move. We're trying to do some work. We're not shopless, but we're sort of in the in-between, the great in-between.
Yeah.
So bear with us and thanks for checking in.
Just making sure. Evening,
I'm gonna move over a
everyone.
little.
Yeah.
It's a little washed out in the back, but it's sunny here.
Yeah.
It's sunny everywhere we live.
Can you guys hear us? Loud and clear. Gregory Jones, thank you. Hello.
Ohio in the house.
Hello. We missed everyone so much.
We were just discussing earlier, like, what kind of life did we step into with this move? It's like we want to be in the shop working.
Yeah.
We're just moving boxes all day.
Yeah. So we're broadcasting from our living room, our new place. We have air conditioning and we have really, really, really good internet. Like the last video that I uploaded to YouTube with Ian's mini trike literally took less than 1 minute. Before, videos were taking me anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half to upload. So thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Race Communications. Shout out. We did a couple projects with them with their new trailer, etc. Mm-hmm. And they stepped right up to the house. It was already provided here, but they
had to do a little work,
little personal work. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We're noticing in this move. Of course, we lived in Mojave. I've been there 6 years. Jamie and I 5. A lot of people knew where we're at, and we're having a lot of interesting people show up, etc. That was one of the things that bothered us about the place being so remote. And here in town, in our new location, like our address isn't shared, but we're just getting a huge positive response. Like we're meeting a lot of people.
The community that knows we're here.
And like we're just in the market. The guy's like, "Hey neighbor, what's up?" You know, not where do you live? When can I come by? It's just like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been the general consensus with everyone we've met down at the lake.
Well, and I feel safer here because I could never stay alone at the house in Mojave because we're going to let you guys in on an insider thing that we really didn't talk much about. But there was a huge grow next door that was very well organized.
You don't need to say the devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce.
Oh,
the
it's
grow.
Legal in California.
It is legal in California, but I never felt safe there by myself. So
lots of sketchy stuff.
Yeah.
If you know the desert, you know about the meth thing. You know about the weirdness in the desert. You know about the cartel, and then you know about all the other murderous activity. So I mean to say literally.
And we're not at liberty to say, but
right.
Yeah. So it was just kind of weird. So we just finally found a new home, a little higher elevation, and I now have a dishwasher. And I have an air conditioner.
It just goes to show.
And look at all my plants. Look at all my plants, guys. So besides...
And teamwork makes the dream.
Teamwork does make the dream work. Cheers. Cheers to that.
My client, Victor, he came by to check it out. He's a landscaper. We were tending to some ideas. Possible shop here in the future. We're still working in Mojave on the daily, so none of that's changed. We still have that place. That's the workshop at the moment. We're looking at other options. And Victor came by and he's like, "Man, you come a long way. I remember when I met you, you were living in a shipping container behind your shop." I said, "Oh yeah, and then I lived in a miniature travel trailer behind your shop for some time."
Yeah.
So we're not living, super large. It's a reasonable home.
Middle class.
I never knew. Jamie was like, "No, I had all this stuff when I lived in Florida."
Yeah, when I lived in Florida and Seattle. And this is Toshi Tofu. Toshi, say hi.
Tofu. Yeah. Toshi had a real reckoning with the robot sweeper, the floor sweeper
this morning. He was very traumatized.
Yeah.
All right, say hi. Okay, he wants
put
to
on my
sleep now.
spectacles and read some of these. Oh, some Mandingo's gonna leave because the sunlight from the window is messing up his viewing.
Oh no. Here, we can move it a little bit that way.
Hold on, watch this feature. Hold your drink. Oh no, I'm not gonna do everything. I was gonna give it the 3-6. How about that?
Don't make people dizzy. We'll move over. Don't leave Mandingo.
Dang.
I really didn't kind of like the light either, but Ian was like, it's fine.
It's fine.
But it's all good now. There, that's actually I like this better. So
all right. So,
Ian, I just don't like to boss Ian around. So I was just like, okay, if you like it, it's fine. It's all good.
Someone asked if I still add at least one VW part in all your builds. The answer is yes. I don't know what more to say about that. I got to thank the Volkswagen, so the answer is yes.
Gianna, yes, we are definitely using your steering wheel, Ian. So as many of you now know, the secret is out. We are moving. Shop is in flux, and that's kind of why I know a lot of people say Ian doesn't finish builds. Well, he does. Anyway, let's not even go there. But he started this mini bike trike because it was going to be a smaller build. We knew that the heat wave was coming.
We knew we were in the
We knew that we were moving, and that possibly, like, if we needed to, we could move that project up here. But where it doesn't look like we're going to have to.
Yeah.
The heat
we made some arrangements. It's just so bloody hot in Mojave. We're down there every day, and it's been 115 for the past week.
Mm-hmm.
The power down there is on half level. I broke the well in moving.
We don't have any water down there.
I broke the main water pipe, which is like, it's repairable, but why? So yeah, we're down there working. Electricity is on, so it's just brutally hot. Now we don't even have swamp cooler potential, so we're on the interim, but we are working. It's going to cool down. Currently dealing with a large wildfire nearby, so we're kind of on the alert for that too. So
I think it's okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
All right. Let's see what else is happening. Somebody just posted the shop. The shop. There's always the shop. But moving a home takes up a lot of time. I never knew. I always had a backpack and a trailer, and I was on the road. So this has been a lot.
Mark Fox said, so the shop will be in the spaceport. We hope.
We went and we looked around. There's a few locations that we're considering. We haven't signed anything, but I couldn't help spill the beans on that.
He posted as soon as I was like, you didn't even get the paperwork yet.
I want it. I really, come on, talk about a prestigious address.
It's a really cool place. At the spaceport, just to put it on public record, the shop is not open to the public. Like, it's not, because then we can't rent there. So people start showing up and stuff, they might kick us out.
And also, Jamie and I discussed this too. I don't want to be a manager of like a retail outlet or of other people working and building my projects. Maybe some help, but you see these other shops where they have these massive facilities, a whole crew of people. I just never want to be that. I want to work solo. And that's really, like, when we moved to Mojave, there was some things that were compromised in the layout of the shop. But when me and Alan worked there, and a few other people, it's like it was a small spot. Mm-hmm. So we're looking for more square footage, /maybe have some guests collaborate, but definitely never like a retail outlet.
So just letting you all know that. Any merch.
Mega workshop.
Which brings us to Facebook. Those of you that are on Facebook.
There's that.
Ian and I do not run any public pages. I think you have a public Ian Roussel page, don't you? And then you have Ian Roussel. So Ian is verified on Facebook. He has the blue check next to his name. I actually am paying Instagram to verify my account on Instagram. So you'll see the blue check. And then I'm working through Facebook to get verified there as well. So any other place that's trying to sell, well, I can't say full custom garage merch unless it's from their website, I would think. But anybody that's trying to like talk about like our kind of merch, our brand, like what we're doing, it's not true. So I don't know, like the scammers are like,
all we are, it's like, that's me with my public page. You could see the likes and the followers. So it's either just that, it's weird. We're getting so much scam.
So don't get scammed, you guys.
And then right now, it's like you see the check, right? It's like,
yeah,
everything's reversed on this.
Anyway, I know, it's so weird.
The blue check, like if it's not that, it's not us. It's somebody else.
So just don't
even on YouTube, etc. It's full custom Ian on YouTube.
And we have the check on YouTube. We're verified.
So it's just weird how all of a sudden this escalated. And it's like
people are bored in the summer, I guess. I don't know.
I guess we're just trying to make it.
So if you guys see that, it's like some Facebook page where they're like, comment yes, yes, yes.
Comment yes for a new season. And who are these people? Like
Ian doesn't have any control over that.
Yeah, that's weird. So what's going on right now is all we're doing is the YouTube and our own personal projects. And of course Victor's project, but that's where we're at. We're really fortunate right now in our lives to have this freedom. I don't know how long it'll last, but we're going to run with it while we got it. So we're going to be back to work soon.
Yeah, this week.
Official living room broadcast.
Right. And we're a little slow on the content this month, A, because we're moving, and then B, I'm having family in town. So normally I like to spend my time with family versus like editing. So it's just a little slow this month, but we are definitely not going anywhere.
And we are moving. We don't have a moving company.
Yeah, it's us. I take the little Hyundai down to the desert and I leave it on so it's not hot when I get
We're going back and forth, literally chugging this stuff out of the house and into this house. And Dad
and daughter fabrication said, so no more rained out road. No.
Well, we're still there for quite a term, but we don't have to live there every day. So that's the thing. We're still working there.
And we do get snow up here. So we may be doing a live in the winter and there's going to be like a snowstorm outside.
Yeah. It's neat here. We're a little higher in the elevation, so it should be more temperate. It's still been hot here, 96 degrees. But yeah, that's the thing. It's not 115.
Yeah. Gianna, we have 6 pets. We have 3 dogs, and I always say but we have 3 cats. The cats like me more.
And if you follow on socials, our tortoise trio got adopted by Koi Rescue.
Somebody asked about that.
They're called Koi Rescue. They're in Victorville, but the guy was real cool. They have fish, plants, wildlife, etc. So the desert tortoises fit in perfect with their habitat.
Yeah. So we're just kind of wrapping things up with not with our life in the desert, just living there. So our house down there, it really literally was a desert cabin. No insulation. The electricity wiring was probably from the 40s. It was pretty rough, like living, honestly. Like I told one of my friends, I said, the things you do for love.
When we started to move the furniture here, this might be too personal, but we moved our bedding and pillowcases and put them in this house. It's like,
needless to say, it's in the burn pile now. And every dish that I brought here from the desert is going through my new dishwasher.
I mean, it's a trip. It's easy to say, it's easy to romanticize the desert because it's so beautiful, but it's hard living.
It is. That's very true. It really is easy to romanticize the desert. And my takeaway from the desert was Ian and I, we met in the desert and then we moved to the desert together. And then that's when like that weird COVID thing happened. And it's kind of good that we lived out there at that time because Ian was able to keep in production with the show.
We were so isolated, it didn't affect us.
Yeah, it really didn't affect us.
Lifestyle.
It didn't really feel like that kind of stuff was going on. But then as kind of time moved on, we started to realize that it was time for us to move the house, to move the shop. And this was the year because it's really been one of the hottest ones on record. And I can't really deal with that kind of heat that long.
We were just normalizing the heat. It was crazy. Once you get out of it, us going back there each day, if you have a place with insulation and some kind of cooling facility, it would be different. But that was pretty raw.
So we're just being really honest with you guys because that's the thing we're finding with YouTube is that people like that genuineness about us, and it was just time for us to move. So it hasn't been rough. It's just been
a challenge.
nonstop. Yeah. And we want to get back to Ian building cars and me editing because I love editing and posting videos.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of comments scrolling up here. It's just a lot of people discussing their own issues. Apparently, any questions about the project? Somebody's asked about the Cadillac, and of course, yes, that is still in production mode. Victor visited the same day he came up here. He visited the workshop, and we talked about a few things, and we just didn't film because it was so hot.
I wasn't going down there because my phone won't even work. If it's over 100, 102, my phone won't record. It'll do it, and then it gets glitchy, and it gets all weird. So
one of the things also is just the amount of maintenance. Even though it's a small shop, it's not sealed whatsoever. So we're gone for 2 days. We come back, the wind came through. We had a little swimming pool arrangement. And Wade, hope you enjoy the filter as a what is it? They're getting their own pool, correct?
Yeah, she was getting her own
just
pool.
An accessory for their own pool. But the wind took the swimming pool and tossed it. The water was drained, but everything, the sand comes through the shop. There's boxes everywhere. So yeah, we're gonna have to get back and clean that up and get to work. So yeah, it's just really challenging.
And it's not somebody asked, it's not the end of our YouTube, not even. It's just a new chapter. And I think that's what's so cool about even your show. Like people saw you like moving to like different shops and things like that.
All of Full Custom Garage, you'll see, I think we had 4 locations, including Victor's and Bill's shop that we filmed in. But I've been on the move since 99.
Yeah. So hopefully we found our final kind of place. But you never know.
I really reviewed the values of the different shops I've had, and as quaint and personal as this Mojave shop has been, just super rough. One of the seasons of Full Custom Garage, we were working and living with Don and Patty, if you remember them. Massive shop, super huge, living right next door. We had some of our best builds go on in that arrangement just because it was in Mojave, we're pushing stuff in and out every day. It's all sand outside. I'm alone pushing cars. So
and you're not a spring chicken.
Not anymore. So what I really need is some insulation, nothing elaborate, but a large floor space to set up multiple projects and move around to them instead of moving them in and out. That way we can get stuff finished.
Yeah.
Someone asked how the Jeep is going. The Jeep is almost going. We got the engines in, the transmission, transfer case, drive shafts. Thanks, Mike, at the Shaft Shop in Landscatter, California. We received the exhaust, and then we're going to do some body work on that thing. It's going to go reasonably soon.
Yeah. So, yes, we're still going to be using the shop. Somebody asked, will we still be using the old shop? Yes.
Someone's asking about the security of the other shop. So we have friends living there. It's occupied. We're working there. So yeah, don't worry about it. And
don't go there.
Don't go there. There ain't no reason to be out
there. So mini bike, Mark Fox, mini bike update soon. Yeah, this week, hopefully.
Yeah, my friend Evan at RCF Mini Bikes. He sent me a care package. We got some cool hubs, some rims, bearings, all the drive train, etc. So yeah, Evan, if you see this, thanks. Check them out, RCF Mini Bikes. It's giving us all the goods.
Yeah. And we're still working with Summit. They reached out. So we're happy about that. That's also why we want to get
Summit
going.
Racing, even though it's Summit Racing, they provide a bunch of stuff for the Jamie's Jeep. And if you know, it's a great company. So they're giving us some good
thank
stuff.
you for the compliments on my plants. I don't know which way to turn.
Yeah.
It's like opposite. That's my Monstera behind me. I bought that as like a little bitty plant at the Albertsons during the COVID.
I moved them and it was 110 in the back of the pickup truck.
It almost died.
You could see them just in 15 minutes. It doesn't take long to drive here from the house, but just crazy what the heat does.
Yeah, I kind of have a green thumb when it comes to plants. So this little corner behind us is right now home to all of them. And then, as we move in more, I have a bunch of other plants in the kitchen.
Somebody asked how I feel about not living near the workshop. I like it. It's a change of pace. I lived in my workshop for 15 years, so I feel almost grown up. When JB was talking about furnishing the house, I was like, no car parts. I don't want to know nothing. We'll just do what you like.
I'm being nice, so I'm not making it all girly and pink, which
it's super cool.
I might put some pink tile in the kitchen, but we'll see. That's
the pink coffee maker over there that I ordered. So let's not get too concerned about girly.
And Marty B, thank you. Everyone, if you're here, please hit the like button. It helps us in the algorithm. We're not really moving in the algorithm much. So the more engagement you guys give our channel, like right now, it just helps keep us so people can find us. Because I get messages all the time. Oh my gosh, I just found you. Yeah. And we've been on YouTube over a year now, over 100 videos.
Like there's somebody still out there that doesn't know what's happening.
Oh Lord.
Somebody asked if we like the freedom that electric hub motors provide. Yeah, we both have electric bikes.
They're fun.
They're super fun. When we go to Playa, that's kind of a necessity.
It's a must-have.
We stepped into it with this e-bike link company. They're on Amazon. I didn't know anything about anything.
And we don't get paid to promote them at all.
Not at all.
We're just saying.
We paid for them. I'm really happy with that product.
Well, because remember last year it died, and then somebody, and maybe she's not on here, she donated a bunch of money. It was like, get yourself your e-bike. Yeah. They are really great bikes.
But what happened was a little bit of operator error. We took it out to the desert party, and it was only the little switch that turned on the battery. Everything works, and they're fast. We took them out to El Mirage, to the dry lake during an event, and they have little numbers, and a speedometer. I don't know how fast I was going. I have my speedometer down in the basket, but we call it spicy number whatever because of our Thai food orders. So I put mine on spicy number 10, and that thing was flying. It was, I don't know what wattage it is, but I bought the best one on Amazon, and that bike hauls this 270-pound carcass to the market. It does. I was going so fast.
I just went to the truck. I was like, I can't keep up with him.
I had to do a little check on myself. I was like, dude, you don't have a helmet on. You're in your shorts with open-toed sandals, going 50 miles an hour on a beach cruiser. Come on.
Yeah, that's funny. Gianna, I'll check that out. Thank you for commenting. And
someone said the more comments people leave, the more it will help the algorithm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, well, thanks. Comment up.
And James, yes, I am zen with my plants. I appreciate that. Actually, because we moved, so the days before Ian, I was a huge yogi, and I would go to yoga sometimes 5 times a week. I was a hospice nurse, and it was just a great way for me to unwind. And I love yoga. And so actually now that we live up here, we live about 20-ish minutes from a yoga studio. And I'm actually thinking about getting my yoga teacher certification. So still going to do YouTube, but that'll just be something fun for me to do on the side. Because that's my speed. Because when I met Ian, I knew nothing about cars or hot rods or Motor Trend or Full Custom Garage.
I love fitness as well.
I knew what you were going to say.
Dad joke.
I knew it. I almost walked into it, but I didn't.
Beer down my belly. Cheers. It's Saturday.
Cheers.
We are broadcasting from the living room.
So,
really different.
Anybody else have any other questions?
I know.
I know what I was going to say. We have orange eye muffs in the store. And if you don't get them this time around, we may have another secret stash. It's just, we try not to overwhelm ourselves with orders. And I will put the link in at the end. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it on my phone. I'm going to put the link in the comments here. But yeah, we have orange eye muffs. We'll get them out to you. And all of you that have ordered from our merch store, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. George thanks you too.
Right.
He's the guy that invented the whole thing.
I went with drop shipping for the shirts, and so I sampled everything. I think this is the old print. This isn't the new one. But the printers are amazing.
Oh yeah. No,
and everyone's very, very happy.
Super detailed.
If you have any questions on sizes in the store, please email me. I will talk to you about it so you can decide the best size, because I don't really like to take returns. It's kind of a pain in that it's a pain in the ass, to be very honest.
Well, that's why you put that restocking fee.
Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass, because then it gets sent to us, and then like, what do I do with like this shirt that's like a 3X? You know what I mean?
We do a lot of business, and we already have a lot of random shirts.
Yeah, and so it's fine, because like I want y'all to be happy.
We handle, right?
But it's just so if you have any questions about the sizing, these shirts are a little bit more fitted. They're not the regular like Gildan car show boxy t-shirts. They are a little bit more fitted. So if you're feeling like you don't want the fitted look, you can get a bigger one. People have emailed me and said they wash up really nice. They don't shrink. So yeah, I'm just really, really happy
with merchandise in general, because we're doing our research. We're trying to put some cool stuff out.
Right. And also, to those of you that are watching overseas, I did something on Shopify that changed the settings to not be able to send overseas. The IMUS, we're definitely not sending overseas right now, because I have to figure out some back end stuff so I don't get in trouble with customs and how I'm declaring these PPE.
The IMUFs are unique.
They're very unique.
There's not like a little thing you can check. It's not a box you can check of what they are. It's kind of their own thing. So
yeah.
That's the deal with shipping.
I'm not trying to like get in trouble with like the U.S. Customs people. I'm not trying to like call the cops on myself. Seriously.
Got another question coming.
Yeah, answer a question. I'm gonna drop this Shopify link in the comments.
Yeah, somebody got their hoodie lickety split. That's cool, because I haven't even seen the hoodies.
You have seen the hoodie. I had it, remember? And I was like, oh, it's so nice and comfortable. We were riding around in the dune buggy. He's seen it. No. Anyway, there it is. I just dropped the link. And then I'll put it also in the video description.
Ooh, somebody's waiting for the shorts. They're so bad. They're good. They're awesome. They're very gaudy. They're very comfy. I wear them on the daily.
Yeah. And sorry that like some of the stuff takes a long time. I have no control over that.
One of the things with Shopify
like nice stuff,
that
though.
Jamie was really adamant about is like, well, it's got to be super good. And she wanted certain suppliers to, supply each different thing. So sometimes there's a waiting list. I mean,
yeah,
things could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse.
It's funny. In our move, we're talking about that repeatedly, where it's like, instead of like, oh, that's nice, or heck yeah, or heck no, it's like, well, living in the desert, we've seen worse. I mean, the struggle. Because we're like driving up here, and it's like, oh, there's a giant wildfire on the mountain over there. Well, we've seen worse.
We've seen worse.
Yeah.
Somebody keeps on chiming in about Gene. We don't know how Gene is doing. We know as much as all of you know.
Yeah. Something happened with the communication line between us and him.
So we haven't spoken to Gene, unfortunately, in over a year.
Yeah.
We kind of got deleted, got pushed out of that whole thing. So we honestly have no idea, but we do wish him well, because he's so like cute and sweet and like just such a nerd, and just
cool cat,
but that's why we don't really comment, because we don't know. Yeah. We really, honest to God, do not know.
A bunch of people saying, well, you're his neighbor. Well, yes, but he's moved out of that shop for what?
He hasn't lived there in like 6 months. Yeah. It's like all the stuff is gone. Those of you that have visited Gene's place, it's a ghost town. Like even the container what kind of car was on top of the container?
57-ish.
That's gone.
Chevy,
That's gone. Like the gas pumps in front of his house, it's all gone. So we don't know. I wish I could give more information, but we really honestly don't know.
This is a good question.
Yeah.
How do you break an artistic block? I get into slumps without that spark. How would you break an artistic block? With a big hammer?
I guess.
I would just push right through it. I would continue doing things until you're sick with it.
And then do
try
it more.
Seriously. That was the one thing about the relentless schedule of Full Custom Garage.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of in a cush zone right now. I mean, we're super blessed to be moving and trying to, upgrade everything we're up to. A lot of people just are in the eternal struggle for whatever their circumstance is, but we're super fortunate. But the TV show did make me just push through every bit of block, just get it done. You could always improve it later, etc. So
yeah,
that's my opinion on the matter.
Somebody wanted to know, is Full Custom Garage dead?
I don't know if it's dead, but I'm not working on it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You never know. Like, things may change.
Yeah. We're doing YouTube right now.
Right now, Ian's just not doing that. But so we really, honestly, that's like another thing, like how I answered about Gene. Like, we don't know.
Humpty Dumpty is a little late to the party. He's asking if we're set. Well, I'm not sure how you address an egg, but asked if we're setting up a new shop. Yes, we are. We're currently in the same workshop, but we're trying to upgrade, trying to make things better.
Yeah, we really are, because I can't stand the heat anymore.
Roy Leggett just said, change to another project, clear your mind. Exactly, Roy. I agree.
Right.
We have multiple projects.
People give Ian so much crap.
It's not about finishing. It's not about getting through to the end of this. It's the journey. It's the next step, right? We got a Volkswagen, we got a Cadillac, we got a Jeep, we got a mini bike, got a lot of stuff. So that's what it's about. If you're a car person, you got to have options.
Yep. And if you're just joining the party, we have iMuffs available. Yeah. So just letting you guys know that. I went through, I just posted in the...
I saw it scroll up in the comments, yeah.
It's going to go there.
There it is again, another one.
So yeah, so we have them. We have the replacement lenses. We're not sending overseas. It's only in the States for right now. And somebody here asked about Dude. Dude passed away a few years ago. But he's definitely with us. The other dogs are doing great. They love it up here. We're in the process of getting a new nice fence for them. So we've been having to walk them.
Lil,
a couple times a day.
Dude, of course, was the senior. He was the number one, and Lil was his little protege. And now she is the senior member of the pack, and she is stubborn. She does what she's always done what she wants, but on a leash, it's a trip. We got 3 of these wild beasts, and we're trying to yard run them.
And they're doing really well. It's just important here where we live, because down in the desert, we had coyotes and stuff, and coyotes kind of stay away. But there's bears. And tigers and lions. No, there's bears and mountain lions up in these parts. So we want to make sure that we get like a good fence. So if the dogs are outside, mid-ish morning, usually from what I've learned from our lovely neighbors, we have some really fantastic neighbors.
I don't think they know we're even on TV.
I don't think they know. I know. Cool, it's people. They're so cool. And her name happens to be Jamie too. Yeah.
Everybody we've met out here has been super chill. Tom Taylor, if you're watching, we met
your brother.
Your better half.
I was like, is that you, Tom? At the lake.
You look like Tom.
He was drinking wine.
No, I'm his brother.
They had what was it? The wine and corks, or wine and kayaks or something?
Corks meeting. And kayaks meeting.
Nobody was kayaking.
I didn't see any boats. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
somebody's confused. Will you build at this location? Heck no.
Probably not.
Not for a while. We would have to build everything here, and I'm really not trying to do a bunch of permitting, etc. We needed a place to take a shower and relax away from the heat. So our workshop is always there.
Yeah. We're not going away from YouTube or building. It's just, it might just be separate. It won't be here at the house.
Somebody just asked about Little Jewel, so I'll address that. Little Jewel, it still exists. It's on the side. We ran into a lot of issues with that project, and that's just where it is. We began doing the chassis, etc. I got some really in talking about multiple options, working on that truck was starting to become a drag. It was just like, got to get it done. And we're talking, why do we have to get it done? Like, what's the rush? So put on the side, collected a few more parts for it, and I got some other really interesting ideas. So it's a huge machine. If we do get this larger shop, it'll go in there and then progress will be made. But
Yeah.
I couldn't push that thing in and out of the little Mojave shop with my little old self in the sand and 150 degree weather.
No.
We have a tractor, but it was a big, heavy truck to be moving around that much.
So, and it's such a cool truck because Ian kind of like when we were deciding what we were going to get rid of and what we were going to keep, you kind of did like toy around with maybe just getting rid of even the cab over.
I considered it.
He did. And I was like, no, it's so cool. And then he sat on it for a few days and then was like, no, like I have some other really cool ideas. And you guys know, like from Ian's show, all of his wild ideas that he can definitely come up with something. It started to come down to really like shop space.
Logistics.
I saw like your frustration there.
With our big tractor and lift. I took the cab off. I pulled the axles out from under it, disconnected the drive shaft, etc. So now it's in 4 large pieces that we can move instead of trying to get this, whatever. The wheelbase was reasonably long on that and very heavy. So, so it's kind of segmented and waiting at the moment.
Yep.
So that's what happened with Little Jewel.
Marty B wants to know what I'm drinking. White Claw.
I'm a light beer kind of guy.
Well, White Claw is not that strong. It's only 5%.
Yeah. Saturday. Jamie was like, hey, are you going to drink beer while we're doing this live?
Because he's kind of weird about it.
Saturday. Well, in the workshop, it's like I'm not really trying to promote that. In swim trunks and open-toed shoes in the workshop drinking a beer. Not about that.
Roy just asked, are we going to have a garage sale? Potentially.
Maybe.
We don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe.
Right now, we're fortunate
really big
to have,
maybe.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have the Mojave address totally still in gear, and we're able to get out of that and come up here for the evening. But I don't know. We'll see how that develops. We still got a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah. So that's all that's really going on with us.
Yeah, somebody said a T-shirt of Little Jewel would be cool, and I agree, but got to finish before you can build a T-shirt. So finish that one. We made a T-shirt.
And if any of you are artists out there that you draw, you're interested in selling some of your art, drawing things for us, we're always looking for new artists. Just hit me up at rusellscustomfabrication@gmail.com.
We'd like to collaborate.
Or just leave in the comments, not in the live chat, but you can leave in the comments that you do art and stuff. And you can leave you can't really leave like an email address, but just maybe some weird way to like contact you. Or you can look in our YouTube about us.
Or just look us up on the socials.
Yeah, or on socials. Ian checks his messages.
Yeah.
The ones in the other folders more than I do. I always forget about it because I'm focused on everything else.
Yeah, try to get on that, either Facebook or Instagram. Our T-shirts were not created by us alone. So we work with this fella Tony. We work with Johnny Jalopy. We work with Heidi.
The Chooky Hand.
Other people, the Chooky Hand.
Without the Chooky Hand, all of you that have merch from our store, I just got to give big props to her. Without her, we wouldn't have a merch store because she took all of our graphics and made them so pristine and so beautiful that on the new shirts they print out, you can see every detail. This is an older version.
This is a screen printed one, and now they do some kind of
sublimation.
See, that was just about what I was about to say.
That's exact. I know. I read it.
I was right there. It's really nice.
So without the Chooky Hand, my good friend Heidi, and she and I are collabing with some other stuff and hope to have some more fun stuff. But any of you that are artists out there and you draw and you want to draw some stuff for us, like heck yes, please hit us up.
Somebody asked about, can I get a Scully? Not right now. The little Scully shifter knobs that I was making for a while, I broke the mold by accident. Actually, the mold just wore out. What happens with a mold if you don't maintain it? There's a release in the mold. It's a thing you put on there so you can take the thing out of the mold. So it got glued into the mold.
Oops.
The release did not release.
I have no idea how any of that works. You saw my eyes glaze over.
Somebody said, hey, what about the Zephyr? The Zephyr's here in the garage under ultimate security. So that's waiting as well. So yeah, we're not giving up on that. I took that thing on day 2 of our move.
Yeah.
Plugged it into the garage right here at the house.
Brought it in. Yeah, because we would like to make it a daily driver.
Yeah, how cool would that be? Because just very, very low key, like almost stock appearing, but just low.
Yeah.
Proper drive line and a runner. Just
and
really
up where we live, it is a big car community, car culture,
yeah, there's a
and
lot
stuff
of cool
like that.
cars
So yeah, I've seen a lot of cool ones. So we have Persephone here as well. I haven't driven her. I thought about, I don't know. I got to check her brakes, man. We're on the mountain.
On the hills, yeah.
We're on the
It's different. Most of the cars.
I know how to downshift and stuff, but dang.
Most of the stuff I mess around with out in the desert is, what do you need brakes for? It's just flat out here. There's nothing in the way. You just roll out. But we're on the hillside. Somebody asked, are you going to do any more projects for Motor Trend Channel? I don't know at this point. Potentially. I mean, it's wide open. Jamie and I knew what was happening in our lives, well in advance of this move, etc. And we decided to shift gears and set up for this because
I'm always thinking ahead.
I'm not getting.
I'm an ER nurse
I'm not getting any younger. I tell you, we're like for the long term, we need to set up for success.
Yeah,
that's what this is leading into.
Yeah.
Hello, Cincinnati. Thank you for chiming in.
And Brian
and Missouri
and Brian Willerton, email me because maybe you did contact me. Sometimes I get behind on emails. It's just me on the computer. Ian's still sleeping in the morning. I'm like doing all the things. So if you send us some art, please send it again. RusellsCustomFabrication.com. I'm sorry if I missed that. Apologies.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. See, I'm already like 10 steps ahead in my brain. So other than that, that's what's going on. The dogs are happy. The cats are happy. We got the dogs out of the desert before that massive heat wave. Poor Shadow, she's a dark dog. She's a black dog. And she just always was just breathing heavily. And just Lil, she's 8, 9-ish years old. And they were just having a hard time where we were actually having to bring them in the pool in the afternoon. And no, we did not shock them with cold water because the pool literally was like 85 degrees.
After 6 hardcore out in the desert summers.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever get rid of the summer.
Yeah. Rick Claire, get e-fencing. We don't want to because there's bears where we live, and I don't want bears in my yard.
Let alone angry bears.
I want them to go next door to my lovely neighbor that loves seeing the bears, and then she tells me all about it, and I want to hear the stories. So I want a fence. I've always preferred a fence with dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Blue is not going to respect the e-fence.
65 CJ5, I see comments a lot.
Yes.
He said Shadow won the bingo. Yes.
Yeah.
And thanks for commenting. So
much. CJ, he's in Australia.
Been around for a while.
Yep. I know. I see you, CJ5.
Cool.
Yeah. Shadow is so amazing. She was a dog that we didn't really know that we needed or wanted.
No, we would be sitting.
I'm gonna cry right now talking about it.
We're sitting in our one air-conditioned bedroom in the desert, and Jamie's like, "There's a black dog out the window."
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, whatever. We're out in the middle of nowhere. She's like, "No, I saw it again. There's a dog out there." Week after week goes by.
She didn't not give up.
No, and yeah, she was skin and bones.
She made her way in, and she loves it up here. She loves it.
Hello, Melbourne, Australia. What time is it there?
You're
14 hours ahead, I think, right? Is that correct?
Something like that.
It's early morning.
I'm all tearing up because I love Shadow so much. Yeah. She's a really great dog. I didn't really have dogs before all these dogs, so excuse my feelings.
George is asking, when can we expect another YouTube video?
Hopefully this week.
You're in luck. It's going to be only 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Mojave. The
We can handle that.
The temperature is forecast to drop out of the true flatulence of Satan zone.
It's so hot. I don't know if any of y'all have ever experienced 100, past 105.
You can feel your eyeballs.
Your eyeballs
out
wanting
your
to
skull.
come out of your head. It's a really weird feeling because you don't notice it. And then you're like, why do my eyes
You feel a breeze and think you're cooling off, but you're not. You're getting closer to death.
Yeah. The desert really does try to kill you. When I first moved to the desert, shortly after I moved to the desert, I got valley fever. It's a fungal infection. It's because the solar farm was going in and they were digging up the dirt.
That's another story for another day.
And I got really, 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 really sick. And then I was working in the ER at the time and I got COVID and I had pneumonia and it was just really bad. I literally could have died.
Valley fever and pneumonia.
Yeah. So the desert really did
True
kill me.
As the great Huell Hauser would say, that's amazing. Truly some of California's gold.
It really is. Yeah. I'm still,
wow.
My eyes are.
Quartzsite, Arizona, it's 118. I saw Palm Springs hit their high record too.
I hope you have air conditioning and drink plenty of water.
Yeah, 125 in Austin, Texas for 4 days. Wow.
Yeah. Hi, Steven.
So the weather is a deal, especially if you're not insulated and cooled as we were not. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. I would work on some stuff, but my tools are way out there in the desert.
And we're not going there. It's hot.
In a move, it's just so interesting. And my friend Chris Bader, he said the same thing because he had a shop in Mojave and he moved up the hill. He's like, dude, everything you need is going to be 1 hour that way. So we're a little closer than 1 hour, but it's true. Of course, the air conditioner in my pickup truck went out.
Tell them your story at O'Reilly's today.
So we lived so rural in Mojave, and the local auto parts store, I'm not going to name any names because I'm not about that, but nice folks, but they never had anything I needed. Even like hose clamps, just little things. I don't even know how they had stock. Their shop seemed to be full. So I just started ordering everything online. And today I was looking at the parts for the air conditioner. I ordered new switches and this other thing under the dashboard. And Jamie's like, maybe they have it in town. I was like, what a concept. We have a town. So yeah, I called O'Reilly Auto Parts and they had it in stock.
They did. But then Ian went in there.
Yeah, the guy knew exactly what happened. I was like, I was pulling this big propane tank up off the hill. It was shaking the truck. So I banged on the dashboard and it popped back on. Like it went off while I was tugging the thing, the shock on the truck. Then I hit the dashboard and it turned back on. And it did that a couple times. He's like, then you broke the dashboard. It's like, yes, sir, I did.
He did.
Punched a hole right in the top of it. So yeah, I'll have to think of the name of the thing. If there's any modern or modern vehicle proficient mechanics watching currently, what would you recommend other checks on the air conditioner? It's purely an electrical thing, but I'm going to click on my YouTube history.
Are you asking advice from the YouTube audience right now?
Yes, I am.
Ooh.
Yep. So you learn here it is. The blower motor resistor control module. So it's this little box thing with some plugs that go in it. So what happened was I was pulling this thing up the hill. I put the truck in gear and slammed forward. The chain got tension on this giant tank and boom, the whole truck shook and the AC went out.
Shocking.
My natural response, bang the dashboard. Boom, comes right back on. So I ordered the whole switch kit. There's like 3 switches in the dashboard with the little, variable controls. And I ordered this blower motor resistor control module. And hopefully that does it. One is on the face of the dash. The other one's underneath where the blower motor is. So no loss of freon, none of that. It's still cold. But yeah, if you have any advice on anything else to check, we're going out to points north of Reno, Nevada in September. So we need that air conditioner to work.
Yes, we do. So we can get along.
Yeah. It's hot in that truck.
It's-
I did 2 round
That's
trips
a
from
long
That's why I think I'm
drive.
so red. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my
Well,
God.
plus we've been out on the lake. We've been paddle boarding a lot lately in our new
a
area. It's
lifestyle
nice.
of the rich and famous.
It's nice though. I used to paddleboard a lot when I lived in Seattle.
It's fun.
And so we're revisiting my love of paddleboarding.
I've been a skater, snowboarder since
Yeah.
day one. So it's nice to be back up on a board
Yeah.
without the fear of falling and breaking your clavicle.
And Hagen Linder from Germany, Hamburg, Germany. You said you're an enthusiastic viewer of our videos. Unfortunately, far too much time passes before the next video. We agree. We're in flux. We agree. We're trying to give you all more content, but we're in flux. Yeah.
Far from the workshop.
Somebody said nothing like sticking to the sweaty vinyl seats on a hot day. OMG. It is like, especially for women right now, it's like that season where you just know you're just going to stick to all the hot seats. It's just, it's going to be painful. So a lot of times in the truck, I put like a blanket or a towel or something so I don't have to go through that torture.
And my truck is just basic work truck, short cab, long bed, roll up windows, vinyl seats, rubber floor
It's a
mat.
good truck.
It is, but it's just very basic.
Yeah. It used to be wasn't it
Union Pacific
Yeah,
Railroad.
a
Yeah,
railroad
it was one
truck.
of their maintenance trucks got at auction. So
Yeah.
good rig. I had a lot of people talk mess about that. 2011 Chevy 2500 HD 6.0 gas motor. It's a thirsty girl. It definitely sucks the fuel down, but it's been a really solid vehicle. Rides terribly through the desert.
Other than the air conditioning, and it rides horribly. It's been great.
I really tuned the springs down too. I took the overload springs off and tried to make it run a little smoother on those washboard roads. But the Ford F-150 dominates the desert. Does half-ton Ford?
Yeah.
They rule
We miss
out
race
there.
truck.
On street tires. They're awesome.
Yeah. So that's it. What car in full custom garage was the biggest nightmare behind the scenes? That's a good question.
I know right now.
I knew you were going to know.
We had the saga of the Packards, right? We had 2 Packards we did. So the very first Packard that I got from Don and Patty, Tom Flores helped with that project. And the worst nightmare of that is super old car. We were very low budget at that point, one of the earlier projects. And we got the car to run, right? The clutch, like the transmission was stuck, like I think in first gear or something. So you could no brakes, of course. None of the vehicles have brakes. Why do you need that? So we do all this work, chop the top, We go to paint it. And again, the heat of Southern California. I'm there. It's like 3 a.m, the coolest hours. So I start painting the car and the bugs come in. So that happens, right? And then the entire paint, because of the heat, starts to separate. It's like doing that crackle thing. So I'm pretty proficient. I start pulling the bugs out and making a mess. Put on another coat, try to fill it.
I bet you were pissed.
I was livid. So anyway, the paint goes sideways. It's a single stage paint. So it's supposed to have like a certain like sheen in the end. If you paint it right, it's a mess. It's orange peeled. It's dried out. There's bugs all over the place. And I'm talking with Brooks, like maybe we get an angle over here. Like maybe you just do still shots for the reveal. We don't even need to move the car. So anyway, none of that is going to add up. So we decide to color sand the car. And we begin color sanding right through into the primer. So now on this beautiful burgundy paint, we have spots of gray. So anyway, it goes sideways. We're going to do it. We're on a time frame, right? Get the car outside. We start to drive it. And then, bink, the clutch comes apart. So it's stuck in first gear. And there's no clutch. And there's no brakes. What do, right? Cut the drive shaft. So we cut the drive shaft, and we tow it up this little rise. I would invite every one of you to watch that episode. You'll see the only reveal.
And I'm sure you can find on YouTube Banerjee Engine or Full Custom Garage.
So also we want the car lowered, right? But we're on a time frame. So I just cut the springs right out of it. Boom. It's dropped. It looks great, right? It's super, super low tech. So in the reveal of the car driving, you'll see it roll. Let me get my hand in the frame. You'll see it roll down the crest of the driveway, bumping like this because it has no springs. And Tom's in the driver's seat, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. I think we watched that episode.
Blushing. I think I'm blushing, just letting everyone know. So the reveal, the Packard fought us to the bitter end. And we are there in the heat. Push it up the driveway. Just get it to roll. And Brooke's like, all right. He's on a skateboard. He's like following it with the camera.
The whole Full Custom Garage, like, filming thing was very, very loose.
Super cool.
I don't think y'all like really realized, because even me, when I met Ian, I was like expecting like a camera crew
no, that was the
and all that there.
That was
and it wasn't. And then when David Letterman, I'm not name dropping, like he literally loves Ian and came out to the house, he even couldn't get over it. Yeah. He's like, wait.
No, the root of it is
you.
Even the guest builders, so many people, Eric and Johnny Jalopy and Tom and the other Tom and everybody. They're like, wow, you really just work your butts off to make this happen. And that's what we did. It was a 2-man gig, me and Brooks. And our help aside from that.
Roy Whitman said, I noticed that Packard bouncing.
It's just on the air pressure at the tires. That's the only suspension it had.
And I think like a lot of I can't speak for other shows on Motor Trend or other things, but I do think that's pretty much how it is, like behind the scenes. And then they edit it. Cause even me, I try not to do like a lot of TV magic in my editing, but there are certain times where like everything is just kind of going sideways in the shop.
Cars are cars.
And Ian's like so frustrated. And I just like edit it to like, oh, we'll just skip over that part. Like, it's fine.
I think that's universal, though.
Yeah.
If you're
I try to keep it really real.
TV about machines and automobiles.
Yeah.
Especially, you're going to run into that.
Yeah. Somebody asked, how long does it take to complete a build? Chris.
On the TV show, we were going way too fast. So a good episode will be banged out in a month, 30 days. Victor's project sometimes would take 9 or 10 months, so it was all over the map.
Yeah,
but we were constantly behind on our schedule with that.
Always. Oh yeah, we're gonna be done now.
Yeah. So just again, full disclosure, some of the projects you see, that's why we did an easy episode. If you remember the Corvair, where I only did a couple things because we just got to finish. We have a contract to fulfill, so let's just the recent thing with the pickup truck at Bill's house, we did the roof skin and the bumpers because we're way behind. We gotta get this thing in the box, or what do they say? What's the term?
In the can.
Gotta get it in the can.
That sounds so stupid.
Seeing some comments now. Yeah. Hello, Derek. He says hilarious.
Hi, Derek.
That frustration well. Gotta get her done.
Yeah. All right, Brian, I will check out your email. Thank you.
Randy Bryant asks if we're going to have kids.
I'm old.
I'm a better uncle than I am a dad.
He is. He's not.
53.
He would not be patient with children. No, if you guys look at the internet, it says I do have children. I'm not going to disclose their names and stuff. Yeah. But they're pretty much grown at this point. And I don't want any more children, and I'm old now. So I'm 47. I'm in that middle life lady part of my life. And I like all my fur babies. I want to cry over how much I love Shadow because she is the sweetest baby in the whole wide world. Yeah. So is Shadow still teaching Blue escape tricks? No, Blue.
He's come to terms with his.
He is the escape artist.
Yeah.
He escaped one day, and our neighbor, I had told her about our dogs. Luckily, they're dog lovers, and they're so sweet.
Our fence on the back is 10 feet off the ground.
Yeah. And Blue jumped over, and Blue was over there, and he was kind of woofing at her. Like, why am I here? What is going on? And then we have a bunch of oak trees around us, and acorns fall out of the oak trees. And she was talking to him, and an acorn fell out of the tree and hit him in the butt. He got so scared.
Somebody asked if we're going to finish a build for SEMA in Vegas. Nope.
Not this year. But if anybody knows of anybody that wants to take a build to SEMA, we got just the car, the Space Junkie. It is ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our good friend Jeremy, he really would love to get Space Junkie to SEMA. And last year, Ian was, privileged enough to take 2 builds
they specifically
of
wanted
Victor's.
Victor's cars.
Yeah, but if anybody knows of somebody that wants to sponsor bringing a build, Space Junkie is like he has that thing dialed in.
And from what I see, he's putting a new engine in.
It's so beautiful. We just saw it at the Redneck Rumble in Tennessee.
Better than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And it's for sale. Like, you could own it.
Yeah. Yep. Space Junkie is sweet. Yeah. Any collaboration builds in the future plan? Just with Victor right now. Just because we're so in flux, we're just not really trying to plan too much.
Yeah, I'm wide open to anything, but again, we're just working on this next evolution.
Y'all know moving is a pain in the ass.
I think 2025 is going to be a big year.
Yeah, I think so too, especially with other people. I would love to see Eric again.
It's funny. After
Alan.
2025, right? I just remember Victor. He's like, 2008. 2008 is the year for you, Ian. 2008 is going to be great. It's like, whoa! I just remembered that. It's like, man, we've been in this for a while.
Yeah. So we appreciate every one of you sticking with us through this, because for me and my data loving heart, I hated seeing our views go down and our watch time and all that.
It's important to stay consistent.
Yeah,
with YouTube
yeah.
Is what we're learning. Yeah.
So it's been really hard, but then I realized that there is a time and place in your life when you have to reset so that you can do bigger and better things, and that's just where Ian and I are at. So
yeah,
we really do appreciate our core community so much.
And in Full Custom Garage in the last season, it was about this time, I was dying. Literally.
He was.
Jamie's a nurse.
I told Brooks, I said, if he goes to the emergency department, the show is over.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Jamie
over.
Ben came to help with the block sanding on the Starlux, that Type 3 Studebaker thing, because I was literally I don't need to get into all the gory details, but he saw the horror in the shop.
It was clutch.
110 degrees block sanding, because you didn't have the infrastructure to keep a body cool. So it was tough work. And yeah, after 5 years of that in that location, I was.
And Big Bad Papa Wolf, I really like all your comments. I like how you're in all caps with all the emojis. We're going to do longer videos. I don't know. It's just been hot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really. We capture what is captured, and we don't really focus on how long it is, the whole thing. So, and there's a lot of stuff that's really quite boring. We're just talking about our, I got to go to the grocery store kind of stuff.
This fella Brian said, show us videos of the move. It'll be hilarious. And I agree. Jamie is working towards that. So the shop moves, our personal stuff, it's no, that's not very interesting. But
yeah. No, we're going to take y'all along on the move.
A funny thing already that happened.
I have footage already.
I didn't even tell you about.
You didn't tell me?
No. So I'm going to pull the Zephyr up on the trailer, our prized possession, right? And it's hot. I ain't got time for this. It's a steep ramp, right? So I got this old tie-down strap. I put it on the rear of the chassis, and I got the electric winch, and I'm pulling it up. It's almost up. And, of course, the tie-down strap rips. And the Zephyr goes down the ramp and back into the shop and hits the car in front of it.
You didn't tell me.
Oh, there's a good dent on it. We'll address that later. It didn't get the grill.
Oh,
got it right in the section.
I told him to take that grill off, but
it got hit right in the section between the grill and the fender. So it's just a little crease. But that would have been a great video.
That poor car. It lived in the desert for
it was
6
slow motion,
years.
because I'm there with the little button.
Oh no.
And there's no catching it. Like it's a car. It just goes on its way. That would have been a great video. Reality automotive television.
Reality television, like for
there's
for
people
real.
just signing in now. Greetings from Mexico. Hello.
Hi.
Hopefully you can rewind this and get all the details.
Yeah,
Brazil and Mexico. I guess it's about the time. South Africa. Wow, they're way ahead. It's probably tomorrow in South Africa.
Yeah.
Hello.
And somebody said that they were at the Tennessee show. The line was too long. Lil is knocking on the door. The dogs are knocking on the door. They want to come inside. Maybe we'll let them. Do you guys want to see the dogs?
We got a new couch.
They're psychotic. Normally I don't like them on the couch, but I'll make this one exception.
Beasts.
Come on. Come here. Come here. Hi. Oh gosh, don't hit the chair. Come on. Come here. Shadow. Come here, Blue. Come here. Come on. Here, come here. Say hi. Come here now. There's a Lily. Oops. There's Lil.
Stay in frame.
Stay in frame. There's Blue.
All right. So everybody's cooled off.
Come here, Shadow. Come. Good girl. Oh, okay. So that's us.
That's what's happening.
So I think we're going to end on this note.
Everybody's in the air conditioned comfort.
Oh, God.
There are rules.
As you can see, they have on their harnesses because we have to walk them all the time.
All right. Now it's time to get
Oh, gosh. Now the dogs. So Blue and Shadow are in love. Just so you guys know.
I've never seen
they kiss
so much
all day long. Shadow.
So yeah, Shadow is
Woo!
she's the one from the desert. She's well in the pack now.
A lot of energy.
Yeah. So thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
We'll get to working on some stuff very soon. Today's Saturday. Monday we're gonna be filming.
Yeah, we'll be down there. So we'll have hopefully a couple new videos up next week. If not, we might just do one. I don't know. Just right now, we're not putting a lot of pressure on ourselves as far as the content because it's just moving is hard. So love you all. Remember, we got eye muffs in our store. And yeah.
Thanks.
Have a good day. Have a good weekend. And don't forget to drop a like. If y'all are here, you're watching this, please like it.
Please. We implore you.
Big love. Bye, guys.
See you soon.
I don't even know how to end it. Oh, here we go. Bye.